love. Like, you really, at times, I felt kind of conflicted as far as just hearing these, because there's, you know, the aspects of his testimony under direct, right? But then there's aspects of the cross examination where the defense was kind of like, okay, the government didn't show you every single thing between their relationship, and there were just kind of a lot of things. And so Jane, throughout her testimony, even under direct, even under cross-examination, she really kind of expresses very often how much she loves pleasing her partner, her romantic partner, her lover, and that being Sean Combs around the time. And so we're hearing more text exhibits. July 22nd of 2022, where Jane is saying, "Good morning, baby. I had such a great time with you." Diddy saying, "Want to do dinner at 9, pack a freak bag just in case." But then the defense pointed out to Jane, "Okay, well, just because he made you pack a freak bag doesn't mean you guys always did hotel nights, right?" And Jane was like, "Yeah, that is true," and that she would normally just pack these freak night bags, or these freak bags, and she would put lingerie and high heels and just things that he likes inside these particular bags. And so then we're hearing more text exhibits around that same time frame, summer of 2022. So this is July 27th of 2022, where Diddy's saying, "What do you want to do?" And Jane is saying, "Well, what do you want to do, baby?" And then just that, "Are you aroused for me?" And he's like, "Okay, well, can you? I'm going to work out with Paul and then meet up with you." And then Jane is saying, "Do you want my hair up?" And Diddy's saying, "Okay, what time are we ready?" So as far as the really lovey-dovey messages, those were also shown a lot today, where there was an exhibit shown to the jury where it was text messages from Jane to Diddy after a hotel night, where then it was kind of interesting, Jesse, because these are really kind of lovey-dovey messages that are being read out loud to the jury. However,
Love bombing.
Jane is getting kind of emotional on this stand, and I kind of even wrote in my notes, I wasn't sure why, because as you're hearing these particular messages being read, it's things like, "I love you so much, baby. You're the reason my child smiles. I love you. No other man has treated me this way." Then there's more messages from Jane again, and the defense is pointing out these were after hotel nights, where Jane is saying, "I love you, baby. Can't wait to see your interview tomorrow," and that Diddy just makes her smile. And Jane wrote, "Just wanted to make you smile, spending time in the sunshine." Diddy is writing in messages, "Okay, movie night was off the chain," and Jane is responding, "Loving that, delicious." And just more messages where you could really see just the between the two. There was one particular video that was actually shown to the jury. Unfortunately, we weren't able to see it, but you could really hear Diddy and Jane kind of in a moment of togetherness, not like that way, but togetherness as far as being together just as two people would in just any other relationship. And so this was a video again shown to the jury where Jane was explaining around this particular time frame. She was really feeling depressed around this, but then you see this video and Diddy is saying, "Oh, I love this right here." They sounded so in love. Jane is heard laughing a lot in this particular video, and Diddy is saying, "I was in a dark hole. You had to save me. You had to pick me up. I love you." And then Jane is saying, "I love you too, baby. You did saving on me." And so the defense was saying that around this time frame where Jane is saying that she was really depressed around this time because she was doing all these hotel nights, not with just one man, but with multiple men, and that she was super depressed, that she and Diddy were spending time together, that they were both depressed together. But in this video, you can hear just really just kind of love and laughter. According to Jane, because again, she was getting kind of emotional at points, especially during the latter part of court today, where I was kind of wondering why particularly she was getting a little emotional, as it just seemed pretty innocent, pretty innocent just hearing these texts.
Let me ask you this, it seemed to me, based on reading the reporting, she was doubling down on the stand, and correct me if I'm wrong, doubling down on the stand that she was pressured into this, that it might look like she was all on board with this, but that she felt pressured to do this. And I don't know what that back and forth looked like between her and Tenny Garagos, but would I be wrong that is a common theme, a common response she came back with today?
Yeah, it seemed like she really was kind of doubling down as far as why she was doing these hotel nights, because she wanted to please her partner, but also that she, and that same breath kind of was saying that she was just very uncomfortable with it. But I think the defense was also kind of like, okay, are you saying that you're uncomfortable with these hotel nights because you have regret or resentment now? But it seemed like from these messages, and it seemed like from what we were hearing about in these exhibits, that around the time frame where this was occurring, so between 2021 to 2024, and we haven't even really got into 2024 just yet, that Jane was totally fine, and that the only things that